Hey Busy Bees! Today I'm partnering with Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants to bring you 3 healthy grain bowls using ingredients and culinary concepts that they predict will be trending in 2017. We're going to be making a quinoa tabbouleh with shrimp, a green goddess bowl with tahini dressing, and a roasted vegetable bowl with orange cumin vinaigrette. It's gonna be delicious. Give this video a thumbs up if you're trying to eat healthy during this holiday season, and let's go ahead and get started. In a large bowl that's filled with water, I'm gonna place in my strainer and then pour in 2.5 cups of dried quinoa. I'll give it a good mix to thoroughly rinse the quinoa. I'll lift it out of the water, let it drain, and then I'll pour it into my stock pot. Making quinoa is super duper easy, and this hack is super helpful to rinse them. From here, I'll pour in 3¼ cups of water. Here's a tip. I'm going to dip my finger into the water just until it touches the quinoa, and the water level should touch my first joint, like this. Now on medium-high heat, I'll let the water come to a boil, and once the water is mostly evaporated, I'll turn off the heat and cover it for about 15 to 20 minutes. It'll finish steaming as it sits. Then with my fork, I'm just gonna fluff it up. Beautiful. Picture perfect quinoa. Easy peasy. Now that we have our quinoa all cooked, it's gonna be the base for all of our quinoa bowls. I've chosen to specifically highlight the rise of Mediterranean influences such as sesame, tahini, feta in all of our dishes. First up is gonna be the quinoa tabbouleh with shrimp. Here I have 8 large shrimps that's already been peeled and deveined. I'm going to add in 1 clove of garlic, 1 teaspoon of sumac, which is a popular Mediterranean spice, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and some freshly cracked pepper. I'll give it a good mix and let it marinate while I work on my other ingredients. In a bowl, I'm going to add in 1 clove of minced garlic, a 1/3 cup of chopped fresh mint, a 1/3 cup of chopped parsley. You can use as much or as little herbs as you'd like, but since I like a lot of flavor, I'm gonna add the whole thing in. 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, juice from half a lemon, and 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'll stir it up and then I'll mix it in with 2 cups of quinoa. I'll toss the quinoa evenly with the dressing, and then I'll set it aside. Now, in my frying pan, I'll add 1 tablespoon of olive oil, let it heat up, then place in my shrimps. I'll grill it on each side for about 2 to 3 minutes until the flesh turns nice and pink, like this. Now to plate everything, I'm going to add in my seasoned quinoa, some freshly chopped Persian cucumbers, some fresh tomatoes, a heaping spoon of hummus because I love hummus, and my shrimp. Ooh la la! I'll sprinkle it with some feta cheese and garnish it with some more chopped parsley. Beautiful. Let's give this a try. This is a Mediterranean masterpiece. Let's give it a try. The quinoa is so flavorful and I love how fresh it tastes. The shrimp is excellent. This is my take on the classic quinoa tabbouleh. Alright, now moving on, we're gonna make the green goddess bowl with the tahini dressing. Here, I have 2 sweet potatoes that I'm just gonna slice into 1-inch thick pieces. Then I'll add them to a large bowl, pour in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. I'll give it a good mix just to make sure each slice is coated. Then I'll pour it onto my baking sheet that's lined with parchment paper. I'll spread the slices out, and then I'll roast them at 425 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. Sweet potatoes are my favorite. I love roasting them because they're so hearty and filling. While they're roasting, I'm going to work on my tahini dressing. In a bowl, I'm combining 1/4 cup of tahini. Tahini is a toasted sesame paste that kind of reminds me of peanut butter. It has a really nutty and unique taste. If you've never tried it before, I highly recommend it. 2 teaspoons of honey, 1 clove of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, juice from half a lemon, some freshly cracked pepper, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'll mix everything together until it emulsifies, and I'll let the flavors marry for about 15 to 20 minutes. Our roasted sweet potatoes are done. They look so beautiful. Now I'm going to chop up some kale to saute. In a pan, I'm going to add in some olive oil, 1 clove of minced garlic. Let the pan get hot. Then I'll throw in some kale, some salt and pepper to season, and I'll let it cook down. Finally, to assemble our bowl, I have some quinoa. I'll layer in our roasted sweet potatoes, our sauteed kale, some white beans for protein, some avocado slices, and we'll drizzle on our tahini dressing. This sauce is going to round everything out and add so much flavor. And now I'm going in for a bite. Let's give it a try. This Green Goddess green bowl is delicious. It's so hearty that I don't even miss the meat in here, but if you want, you can always add chicken or tofu. Up to you. The tahini dressing though really just ties it all together, giving this creamy, nutty flavor. I love it. Alright, so our last one will be a roasted vegetable bowl with an orange cumin vinaigrette. First, I'm going to slice a bunch of Brussels sprouts in half. Then I'll cut, peel, and cube some beets. Take half a butternut squash, peel, cut, and cube that one too. Oh, and don't forget to remove any of the fibers that's left inside. And cube it up. Now in a large bowl, I'm going to toss in my Brussels sprouts, butternut squash, beets, a clove of minced garlic, a teaspoon of kosher salt, some freshly cracked pepper, and about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'll mix it well, making sure each veggie is coated. Don't worry about the beets transferring color, it does that. Then I'll throw it on a baking sheet, spread them out, then I'll roast them for 20 to 25 minutes at 450 degrees until the butternut squash is golden brown and the Brussels sprouts are slightly charred. In the meantime, we're going to work on our cumin orange vinaigrette, a little bit nutty, spicy, and sweet. I'll add 2 teaspoons of minced shallots to a bowl, 1 clove of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of honey, juice from half an orange, juice from half a lime. Mix it well, and while I'm mixing it, I'm going to pour in 3 tablespoons of olive oil until we get a beautiful vinaigrette. Ding! Our roasted veggies are done and they look amazing. Now let's put everything together. I'm going to add a handful of mixed greens in my bowl, layer on some quinoa, add my roasted veggies, some grilled chicken for protein. I'll garnish it with some chopped mint, a sprinkle of feta cheese, and then I'll drizzle everything with my orange cumin vinaigrette. So much flavor! This looks beautiful. I love roasted vegetables, especially the way it caramelizes and chars in the oven. It just brings out all the flavor. And this orange cumin vinaigrette gives it a Mediterranean feel. This is the 3rd year that Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants have surveyed their top bars, restaurants, lounges, mixologists, and chefs on ingredients that they're most excited about next year. Which green bowl are you most excited about to try? Comment below, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!